So the new trailer for the upcoming DC solo film that not a lot of people were quite expecting finally dropped. Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Robert De Niro and directed by Todd Phillips. And I had very little anticipation for this film, honestly. Joker without Batman, I don't know. This trailer has effectively given me anticipation for this. I am excited to see what Joaquin Phoenix does with this film. And in some ways, I don't feel like this is as connected to the current state of DC films. And I know that Todd Phillips has said it's acting as its own entity and it's going to be very different. But for me, this kind of feels almost like a prequel to the Dark Knight series that Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale did. What did you guys think of Joker?
So you talk about it building anticipation. That's exactly what I got from that. It's something different. I'm not going to be cheap and take this as an opportunity to attack Jared Leto's rendition. This is not that. What I can say for a standalone Joker film, this is an interesting take. It's Todd Phillips. I like Todd Phillips' work. It's going to be a different look, and while they say it's a standalone thing, the way that they're taking it, I would be perfectly fine with them going and building a universe, since it seems like they're scrapping everything from before, short of Iron Man and Wonder Woman. I will be perfectly fine with them taking this. Based on what the trailer has set up, the movie could still be shit, but based on what the trailer has set up, I will be fine with them taking this and running with it.
Now I kind of want to see Iron Man versus Joker. It's a different universe, but I'd be all over that. Forget the Mandarin. Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. versus the Joker. I could just watch them banter for 2 hours. That would be...
And look, just say that Wolverine is somewhere near it, and you'll get $1 million.
Oh man, all right. But obviously, it's a Marvel versus DC, whatever. I want to brush that aside.
Just in general, for those who aren't familiar with the series of games called Injustice, sure, it's a one-on-one Street Fighter style fighting game, but what the premise is it's a DC game. What would happen if the Joker messed with Superman and fooled him into doing some stuff that's wildly tragic, up there with the Killing Joke, right? And in that case, spoilers, I guess, potentially, whatever. I haven't played the game. I just know the plot. Superman is tricked and somehow, air quotes, drugged by the Joker and fooled into killing Lois Lane, who is pregnant with their kid, and Superman just goes precisely apeshit over it. And I think the reason why I bring that up is you talk about the detachment from Batman, Demos. I'm telling you that plot line, and granted, as plot lines go, video games are usually crap. That plot line from the original Injustice game, I found wildly intriguing. So the concept of it existing separate from Batman is possible. Now, without any heroes, that's going to be interesting. But I think that's really the point. If you are looking, this is what I see being built as a dossier for the Joker. Now, for those of you comic book nerds out there that know the stuff about there being 3 different Jokers allegedly in the continuity, I'm not getting into that. That's a completely different thing for a completely nerdy series that can be done on Default Assault at some other point, or on Hilarity by default at some other time. But I like that where this is going. I feel like it is crossing all the I's and dotting all the T's, right? See what I did there? To bring you an origin story that you're not used to seeing. I mean, when it comes to the origin story of a villain like this, the closest in my mind that we could be thinking of really is Infinity War and what they do with Thanos. And this one will be that minus all the boring hero bullshit, right? So it's definitely a very unique idea. I don't know that I'm necessarily poised to rush to the theater to see this, but I'll put it this way, for a movie that has so much the potential to go so wrong, it's going way more right than I would have imagined.
I think that's a great way of putting it because, like I said before, I think what made the Joker interesting to me was because he was the flip side of Batman, the chaos to the order. Within this trailer, I think they captured something that I really loved from the Heath Ledger take in The Dark Knight. You feel there's a demented kind of danger within this character, and as the trailer progresses, it kind of oozes with that. And it's obviously it's not taking into account the Joker has had a few different origins in the comics. It feels like it's taking a slightly different route, which leaves it a mystery. I always felt like the Joker works better if there is a little bit of mystery to it, but I don't know. It doesn't leave me. The trailer doesn't leave me with much to say as to exactly what kind of direction it goes to. I think it has a promising beginning, but I don't know how it's going to the plot is going to resolve itself. I don't know what the big conflict is. It looks like the big conflict building up in the trailer is between Robert De Niro, and the Joker. Maybe he's going to go all Raging Bull on his ass. I have no idea.
Hey, but that means it's a good trailer, and it's not spoiling all the shiz as we've accused other trailers in the past of doing.
Thank God.
That's what I was going to say. The trailer definitely didn't give too much away, and one thing that it does for me, and again, and this is a part of the problem for me. Knowing what I know about the story of the Joker, knowing what I know about that story in relation to Batman, I'm curious as to what other characters are going to be introduced in this film. Are we going to get introduced to how many people in the GCPD are we going to be introduced to? Are we going to be introduced to any other villains in their origin, not necessarily going deep, but will we see Selena Kyle or someone else, in the film? Will we hear word of Bruce and Martha Wayne?
Martha.
Getting put down. Why?
So
it turns out that Joker has a mother named Martha as well, and that's the big twist. You have Joker, Superman, and Batman, and all suddenly realize that their mothers are named Martha.
Did anybody have an original name in this universe? Jesus.